I told you he should have taken the night off. Your man, LeBron James.
Did he say what time?
Was he off last? Like, he was way off.
No, he started good. He started really good, yeah.
Oh, but in the fourth quarter, he was about as off as from here to Detroit, Michigan.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. Don't worry about that. We got other stuff to talk about.
You're feeling good, Shannon. That's a good sign.
We
will get to LeBron. We'll get to the Lakers. We have plenty to get to in terms of that team. But let's talk about the Super Bowl and Shannon's guy, because Super Bowl 55 could be a make-or-break game for Patrick Mahomes' career. According to Tony Romo, the former Cowboys QB who will be calling the game, said, quote, "This is the biggest game Patrick Mahomes will ever play in for the rest of his career. If he loses this game, he cannot catch Tom Brady." So, Shannon, do you agree with what he had to say?
I strenuously disagree with Tony Romo. I vehemently disagree with Tony Romo. Patrick Mahomes is 25 years of age. There's so much left of his career. And this is what I don't get. Everybody is quick to dismiss if Patrick Mahomes does not beat Tom Brady, there's no way he can catch Tom Brady. Nobody ever said that about Brady. Well, if he loses one of these Super Bowls, there's no way he can catch Joe. Now, remember, Skip, he won 3, then he lost 2 before he won another one, and then he lost another one. Now, he lost 2 of those Super Bowls, 3 of those 3 Super Bowls. He lost to Eli Manning and Nick Foles. Nobody said, now, if he loses any Super Bowls, he can't catch Joe. We just, okay, he got this many, he won, okay, boom, he's better than Joe. That's what we say. Nobody said, now, if Jordan loses, he lost to Bird twice. He lost to Isaiah 3 times. He went on, won championships. He's the GOAT. I don't get why everybody tries to come up with a reason why no one can pass Tom Brady. Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl. He lost twice, back-to-back Super Bowls, to Eli Manning. He lost to Nick Foles. And in 3 of those Super Bowls he lost, Skip, he lost, let's see, he lost putting up 14 points, 17 points, and then he won a Super Bowl scoring 13 points. Joe Montana never threw an interception in the Super Bowl and never scored less than 20 points. My only problem is that why is that we're trying to come up with reasons why no one can ever, no matter what they do, catch or surpass Tom Brady. I don't look at it like that. So who's to say, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, Patrick Mahomes loses this game, but then he turns around and wins 4 he wins 4 Super Bowls. So in actuality, he's 5-1. Really? So I just don't get it. It just seems to me everybody is trying to put up a reason, a wall or barrier to why someone, mainly Patrick Mahomes, because he's off to such a great start, why he can't pass Tom Brady for the simple fact, well, if Brady wins, look, Patrick Mahomes can play really, really well and still lose, because we've seen that. We've seen guys play really we just saw Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers really outplayed Tom Brady. But Tom Brady teams won the game because they made a play here or there, and the defense was outstanding. So we've seen this. We've seen Tom Brady play his last Super Bowl he won, Skip. He wasn't spectacular, didn't throw a touchdown, had an interception, but they won. So let's stop this notion. Let the game play out. Let's see when it's all said and done with Patrick Mahomes' career, how many Super Bowls does he have? How many MVPs does he have? And then we can get a fair assessment. But to say in year 4 that if he loses this game, he can't pass Tom Brady, I disagree with.
I am equally offended by this statement for an incredibly different reason than you just gave. I ask you, Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
After Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl in his first year of starting for the New England Patriots, did anybody anywhere on planet Earth say, oh, he's coming for Joe Montana? Did anybody think or say that?
No, because, Skip, the reasons why, because he wasn't what he is now. If he had won an MVP in the regular season, had he thrown for 4,000 or 5,000 yards, had he done that, maybe we'd have a different discussion.
He did win the MVP of that Super Bowl, but go ahead.
Skip, because what we've seen guys have outstanding. Desmond Howard won the Super Bowl. Is he a top 100 receiver in NFL history? What about Larry Brown? Is he a top 100? What about Deion Branch? So we've seen guys have outstanding games in his Super Bowl and win the MVP.
Okay, after Tom Brady won his second Super Bowl and was also MVP of that against Carolina, a shootout Super Bowl in which he put up huge numbers, did anybody on planet Earth say, uh-oh, he's coming for Joe Montana? Nobody said that.
You know why, Skip Bayless? Because you have to win regular season MVPs.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question. When Kawhi Leonard won 2 finals MVP, did anybody say he's coming for Jordan? Because he doesn't have any regular season MVPs, Skip?
No, that's not what it is.
Okay.
It's about hype. It's about the spectacular now, if I can use a recent movie title. It's about Patrick Mahomes is overhyped because he throws left-handed passes. He throws them without looking. I don't know. He throws them underhanded behind his back.
So he
is a highlight hype machine.
No substance.
One-man hype machine.
No substance.
He did win an MVP, and he played in one Super Bowl in which, by his standards, by his hype standards, he stunk in that Super Bowl. Let's just call it what it was. His QBR was 64, and he had a regular season QBR of almost 80. He was ordinary at best in that Super Bowl by anybody's standards because late third quarter, he threw an interception down 20-10, and then early fourth quarter, he threw another interception, and they're still down 20-10. And then he got away with a punt of a pass that was fair caught by Tyreek on 3rd and 15 from his 35 with 7 minutes left in the game, and they're still down 20-10, and it went for 44 yards. Tyreek had to reverse field and come back to catch it. And he got away with it, and the reason they were allowed to get away with it was that the opponent was Jimmy G, who was going in the fourth quarter 3 of 11 for a grand total of 36 yards while throwing an interception, and with 1:40 left, missing Emmanuel Sanders, who was wide open at 5 yards free of the defender at the goal line, and he missed him by 5 yards. If he completes that pass, we well might be having a different conversation right now because Patrick wouldn't be in it yet.
So what about Jared Goff and the way he played in the Super Bowl?
Okay, so what?
But see, you keep saying Jimmy G played bad, and that's why Patrick Mahomes won. What about Jared Goff playing bad? That's the reason Brady won.
Okay, but it was a defensive struggle against a Wade Phillips who has always had Tom Brady's number.
It's always an excuse why he did it.
He still pulled off a game-winning drive in which he went 5 for 5 in the middle of the fourth quarter while the game was tied 3-3 and put them ahead, the winning margin 10-3.
What about a Robert Saleh defense with those 5 first-rounders at the defensive line? Nick Bosa, Buckner, Armstead. D4. So we're not going to mention that, huh?
No, it was good. I'll give you that. But it's like Tony Romo is disqualifying, rendering irrelevant Tom Brady's body of work. How can we even put Patrick in this conversation? I'm offended by that. It's like we're all going to get struck by lightning. How can you say that Patrick Mahomes projects into winning, I don't know, 6, 7 Super Bowls?
So that's
How
the only way he can
say he's going to get to 10?
No.
And by the way, could I also make this point? How are we presupposing this is Tom Brady's last Super Bowl? You ready to go on record with that?
Skip. I'm just saying. So the only way he can surpass Tom Brady, he has to win more Super Bowls. He has to get to more Super Bowls because that's not the criteria we use for Jordan.
What do you mean he was 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs?
Let's just say for the sake of argument, Patrick Mahomes is 5-0.
Okay.
With 4 or 5 MVPs.
Okay. Well, you could start to make the case. Is he going to get there?
Is
he?
Did we know Jordan was going to? You see what you did? You see what you did? You guarantee Jordan was going to get there? Did you guarantee it?
No, I didn't guarantee it, but I knew it after 2. After 2, I said, I've never seen anything like this.
So you knew after 2 he would get another 4.
Yeah, I thought he might get another 8. And if he hadn't been forced to go home and take a forced sabbatical for a while, he would have won 8 in a row. You know it, and I know it.
Skip, I think the thing is that when you talk about GOAT status, Skip, it's just not about championships. It's got to be a complete body of work. It's got to be regular season MVPs. It's got to be Super Bowl. It's got to be Super Bowl MVPs.
Okay.
Leading the league in passing, leading the league in passing touchdowns. Mahomes' body of work thus far, and this is why they're saying this, Skip, a 5,050 touchdowns, an MVP in the regular season. He were to win this Super Bowl, Skip, I mean, and I'm not saying that if he doesn't, he still can't go on. The way he projects with 25 years of age and a young Tyreek and this team is still young. Who's to say they're not going to be back for the foreseeable future competing for these things?
Who's to say the Bucs aren't going to be back for the next, I don't know, couple of Super Bowls at least? Who's to say? Next year, going into next year, will the Bucs be favored to win the NFC?
Maybe the NFC, but will they be favored to win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. It depends what happens.
It doesn't matter.
A week from Sunday.
You already know who's going to be favored, Mahomes.
Well, it's possible, but Is it possible that they're going to be favored to win the Bucs to win the NFC?
Oh, yeah. More than likely.
Right? Sure. Okay. We're not sure about where Aaron Rodgers is. Drew Brees seems like will be gone.
But who do you think is going to be favored to win the AFC? For
Probably
the
the Chiefs. Probably. Okay, on the field on Sunday night, week from Sunday night, who will have the two best receivers on the field?
The Chiefs.
Not even close. 15 will have the two best receivers. The two, but not the one best, but the two
who will have the best defense on the field?
I think it's pretty 50-50.
Oh, 50-50. A team that's gotten 7 turnovers in 3 playoff games. That's a 50-50.
Are you kidding me? Do you want me to go back through how torched this defense got all the way to the end of the year? Do you want to go
What about now? You say they boiled the boil.
You hated Atlanta at the end of the year. Third game from the end, that Bucs defense at Atlanta gave up 229 to Matt Ryan in the first half, and they trailed 17-0.
And then what they do the second half?
Well, Brady threw for
Skip. He wasn't spectacular, didn't throw a touchdown, had an interception, but they won. So let's stop this notion. Let the game play out. Let's see when it's all said and done with Patrick Mahomes' career, how many Super Bowls does he have? How many MVPs does he have? And then we can get a fair assessment. But to say in year 4 that if he loses this game, he can't pass Tom Brady, I disagree with.
I am equally offended by this statement for an incredible